Alright, let's try that again. So I didn't end up doing the whole day 1, day 2, day 3 thing. The calorie deficit sort of kicked in and I couldn't be asked. Didn't really have anything to say because all it was, hey, I'm in a 950 calorie deficit and my energy is low and I'm pretty miserable. And after having like a period of probably eating in 1,000 calorie surplus every day, transitioning into 1,000 calorie deficit is a reasonable shock to the system, but it worked. I went from 80.5 kilos to 78 kilos. So I dropped all the water and glycogen, and I'm now just in a deficit state. But that first 7 days I was running 2,050 calories for maintenance calories of about 3,000. Now I'm on 2,400. I log 50 calories lower than that to assume like a little bit of margin of error because of food labels not being totally accurate. But that means that this next 7 days is going to be a lot more tolerable. My sleep last week was also pretty shit, but that is partly because I'd come back from a different time zone, albeit not too different of a time zone, but you know, holiday hours versus being back at work where I've got early starts and things. But yeah, that your energy is pretty dipped in that first week, and I just couldn't really be asked uploading anything because it's the same story. You know, you're tired and hungry and kind of grumpy, and that's sort of all that's going on. But it's a big part of what is left out in a lot of cutting stories. It's the mundane approach of just sticking to a deficit with an end goal, which is I'm going to get peeled, or at least into the best physical shape that I've been in. Yeah, and that's easy enough to stick to because I've got a plan. Again, this week's high calories, I have like a bit of a wave approach to a cut. My cutting strategy is week 1 is 2,000 calories, week 2 is 2,400, week 3 is 2,300. For 6 days, the 7th day is a 4,000 calorie cheat day. And then it starts that cycle again, and I'll run the first 2 cycles of the first 6 weeks and then assess where we're at. If I've made enough of a fat loss, fat loss progress by that point, run it for a 3rd cycle. If I haven't, then I'll probably do like a wee 2-week sort of stint at 2,000 calories. But anyway, this is a